Welcome back to Great Mechanical Pencils. Today, we're stepping into the world of innovation with the Platinum Angle, Japan's first ever body knock mechanical pencil. This isn't just another vintage find, it's a trailblazer that redefined how we advance lead. Curious about what makes a body knock pencil tick? Stay with me. We're going to take this beauty apart, demo its unique mechanism, and uncover why it's a standout in pencil history. So what is a body knock pencil all about? From a design perspective, most body knock pencils can be classified as an executive pencil. But unlike most mechanical pencils where you click the top button to push the lid out, on a body knock pencil, you advance the lid when you bend the pencil. In this model, you can advance the lid by knocking the end or by flexing the pencil barrel, enabling continuous writing without needing to reposition your hand while advancing the lid. The body knock pencil works based on geometry. Basically, it's a cone within a cone. In most body knocks, the lid reservoir tube has a cone-shaped tip. This fits into a concave cone that is on the other half of the pencil. Between them is a movable knee joint. The angles work out so that when you bend the body, the lid tube has nowhere to go except down. On this Tombow Ono, the green cone sits directly on the lid tube. Bending the body causes the green cone to move down, which advances the lid. I'm going to demonstrate how this works with this oversimplified model. In this example, the light blue part is the lead reservoir tube, and as you can see it has a pointed end. And the dark blue part is the eraser end of the pencil. In a body knock pencil, the lead reservoir tube has a conical tip that fits snugly into a matching conical recess within the pencil body. When you bend the pencil, the interaction between these conical surfaces causes the lead reservoir tube to slide downward. This downward movement engages the chuck mechanism, the mechanism that holds and advances the lead, pushing the lead forward as if you had pushed the button in a traditional way. The design is efficient. The lead reservoir tube only needs to move slightly forward to activate the chuck and advance the lead, which is a common feature in most body knock pencils, including this one. When the pencil is bent, the alignment of the conical shapes ensure that the tube can only move downward. Once you straighten the pencil, the spring pushes the tube back up to the original position, resetting the mechanism and preparing it for the next use. Let's set the stage for the Platinum Angle. I only have a few Platinum catalogs from this period, but I did confirm that the Angle was in the 1977 catalog. This wasn't the world's first body knock pencil, but it is Japan's first, and it was introduced by Platinum. This achievement highlights Platinum's innovative spirit during the 1970s and 80s, a time when they were pushing boundaries with bold and creative designs. The Angle's original 1977 price was 2,000 yen. This is equivalent to a little over 3,500 yen today, or about $25 US. Back then, this was a steep price for a mechanical pencil, signaling its status as a premium, innovative tool. Platinum clearly marketed this as a cutting-edge tool, and its price reflects its innovative design. But from a collector's perspective, in 2025, these pencils are highly sought after, often fetching hundreds of dollars each on the Japanese auction sites. The Platinum Angle may be Japan's first body knock, but it wasn't the world's first. That title goes to the Pelikan 60 Nikkeban. Nikkeban literally means crooked leg in German, a fun reference to its bending mechanism. I'm sure there have been many others in between, but let's run through some body knock pencils that have been released since the Nikkeban. Each of these will eventually get their own video, but until then, here's a quick review. My earliest body knock is the Angle from 1977. This will be followed by the Barrel Flex 5. I couldn't pin down the exact release year, but the plain design mirrors the Angle's second version, which is a plain version. It comes complete with standard top button as a secondary mechanism. Next up, we have the Kikuyo Mistral series from the 1980s. Collectors rave about the Mistral series for having the smoothest, most reliable body knock mechanism out there. The PS1 has a metallic body, while the PS2 has a plastic, and then the PS3 and 4 also have metallic bodies. and then the PS11 has a plastic grip with a metal body. Here's the PS M100 Flex and Write. The action on this pencil is incredibly smooth. I have two Artline telescoping pencils from the 1990s, one in red and one in a stunning hairline finish. These pencils can be compressed to a shorter length or extended to full length, where they function as a body knock pencil to advance the lead. Here is the rotating side knock. It was sold from 2001 to 2005. Here's an interesting pencil that definitely needs a video of its own. Maybe doesn't really fit in here fully, but I wanted to include it just the same because it's pretty cool. This is the Oto SP100B from 2009. The Tombow Ono is one of the most recent body knock pencils made. It was sold from 2013 to 2022. Here's the Ono Swift and the Ono Swift 100 anniversary model. And finally, the Pentel Wyndham. This is Pentel's only body knock pencil, and as far as I know, the only one with an LCD digital clock. I've been stumped trying to get this clock working. Does anybody know what kind of battery it takes or how to install it? If you know the answer to this, please drop a comment. I'd love your help on this. Next up, we're going to take a look at the physical characteristics of the Platinum Angle. The Angle weighs in at 18.4 grams, making it a little heavy for a pencil of its time, and the length is 130 millimeters, giving a short feel in your hand. The grip diameter measures 9.5 millimeter, which feels pretty comfortable during use, and the balance point is almost exactly mid-center. These measurements show how Platinum balanced innovation with everyday practicality. Stay tuned, because we're going to see it in action coming up. Here's a quick comparison to the P200. The Angle weighs in at 18.4 grams as compared to the P200's 10 grams, and the Angle is 13 millimeters shorter than the P200. They do share a similar balance point and grip size. A body knock is my preferred instrument for extended writing, especially when your ideas are flowing smoothly onto the paper. With a body knock pencil, you don't have to stop to advance the lead. Just squeeze the pencil and keep going. No interruptions, no breaks in your thoughts. It's the effortless writing tool that you need. Sometime after the initial chevron grip version was released, Platinum introduced a plain version of the Angle, which was nearly identical to the Barrel Flex 5. Here's some pictures showing the two. Externally, they're nearly identical. They have the same cone shape, similar spiral grooves, a silver finish, and a mid-body pivot. But they do have different logos, clips, and end caps. And the barrel does have a secondary mechanism. You can bend it or knock it like a normal pencil. Here's where it gets interesting. It says in the catalog that the Angle has a built-in fine adjustment device for the knock mechanism. These instructions show how to change the amount of lead dispense by adjusting it with a coin. I'll show a translated version of this in just a second. Coming up, I'll show you how to do that, and then we're going to close out the video with a demonstration. Platinum calls this the built-in knock mechanism fine adjustment device. Once you remove the eraser cap, the eraser, the pocket clip, and the pocket clip retaining ring, there is a slot that you can put a coin into. This allows you to adjust how much lead comes out each time you knock the pencil. The first documented regulator pencil that allows you to control how much lead is dispensed was the Tombow Variable in 1983. Since this adjustment is a documented feature, I think it could qualify the Angle as being a regulated pencil. However, needing a coin makes it less convenient, so I say it's not a regulator pencil, but rather that it can be regulated. But it should be noted that this is a very early adaptation of the technology. I probably also would like to insert a word of caution here. I would not recommend to adjust this thing too much because you never know if you're going to introduce cracks or anything into that resin body. I didn't take measurements, but I can say it definitely changes how much lead is dispensed. And now we're going to take the pencil apart and look at all the pieces. I'm going to take the pencil fully apart, but to refill the lead, you have to unscrew the grip, and we'll get to that in just a second. So if you need to refill the pencil, you just unscrew the grip. Here's the lead tube, and once you pull the cap off, this is where you refill the lead. And this pencil does come with a lead jam clearing rod. This pencil has a 3mm fixed lead sleeve, and the tip screws right off. And as you would expect, this pencil has a 3-jaw brass chuck. Okay, the last thing we're going to do before we put it back together is just take a close look at all the parts. The tip has a 3mm fixed lead sleeve and a nice groove in it. The chevron pattern on the grip is probably one of the standout elements on this pencil. However, it is painted and not etched. And this pencil does come with a 3-jaw brass chuck. The body is made from black plastic and has metallic threaded inserts glued in place. There is a notch to receive the pocket clip to keep it lined up properly with the logo P. And here's a close-up of that. There's a piece that rattles inside the body. That is part of the knocking mechanism. Here's a close-up of the notch on the body and the notch on the pocket clip. This makes it very fiddly to put together, but once it's in place, it's held in tight. This ring keeps the pocket clip in place. And this pencil does come with an eraser. The eraser cap is metal and has 0.5 embossed in the end. And that's it, folks. The Platinum Angle, Japan's first body knock pencil. Since 1977, this innovative gem has let you advance the lead by bending or knocking, and it came complete with an early, albeit clunky, take on the lead regulation technology. Thank you for sticking with me while we explored its history and compared it to other body knock pencils, and even took it apart to see what makes it tick. If you loved this deep dive into pencil greatness, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for great mechanical pencils, and stick around for more writing tool adventures. Thanks again for watching, and a big thank you to all the members of the Knockology Mechanical Pencil Forum, the Mechanical Pencil subreddit, and the Facebook groups, and my followers on X. Until next time, good luck with your collection.